So, this is the second take of this topic and discussion. Africa is the biggest praying continent, but yet is the world's poorest country, even though the country is filled with minerals. Now, the reason why I came on was to address why Africa is in this docile state, and the reason why is what I've been saying for the last couple of months now. You know what I'm saying? It's about to be, if not a year, that I've been saying the reason why Africa and us as melanated people all over the world is suffering goes back to religion. Religion is the primary cause for our demise. Okay, so when you see that Africa is the continent that prays the most but gets nothing in return as far as being a superpower, right? Africa is literally the poorest of all poorest. You understand? Even down to the military. The military are not having nothing, no advanced weapons. These niggas is still using guns that was in Vietnam, bro. They're using weapons from Vietnam, bro. Weapons from Desert Storm, bro. These are not up to date weaponry? Absolutely not. There's not a single country in Africa with all the money and resources that these people have. There's not a single country in Africa that have access to nuclear weaponry. Absolutely not. And the reason because of that is because of religion. Religion is the reason for every melanated person suffering all over the world. Because religion takes away accountability. Religion gives you a reason to do the fuckery. Pardon my language. Religion is the reason why you accept to being an enslaved. Religion is the reason why you accept being poor. The Bible tells you that. Like literally, the Bible tells you that. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to do talking on this one. We're going to dive straight into it. Let me show you. Let me show you. All of this right here is obedience and chastisement. All of this is obedience and chastisement. John 18, verse 36. Matter of fact, we're gonna pull up the tape. You're let me pull up this Bible from the website. Hold on. Let me pull this up from the website. Check this out. Donating nothing for you bitch ass niggas. Let me take this. It's taking you so long, bro. You guys can read along if you want to. So we're gonna go to John. Let me see how we navigate this. Oh, I have to zoom in. This is Luke, Matthews, this is John right here. It's Luke. This is John right here. All right. 8, 12, 13. I want to share my screen with you guys. It's just gonna be the. You know what? F that. Let's just share the screen. Matter of fact, I'm a pull it out. I'm gonna pull each verse out from my phone because this is just doing way too much, and I'm just gonna let you. I'm gonna read it to you guys out loud so you guys can know exactly why we are in these circumstances. So we're gonna go to John. Let's get straight to it. All of these things is all about obedience and submission. 18 verse 36. Jesus answered, this is John 18, verse 36 says, Jesus answered, my kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight, that I should not be delivered to the Jews. But now is my kingdom not from hence. So, off the gate, right? You're being psychologically prepped to accept this ideology of giving everything that you have away, your resources. They'll give you the Job precept saying, look, when the devil did what they did to Job, Job showed his loyalty to God by giving up everything. And a lot of us fall for this fugazi, bro. Matthew 6, verse 19, we fall for this fugazi and we thinking that it's okay for us to literally just give up everything that we have, thinking that a kingdom, look, it says, lay not up for yourself treasures upon earth where moth and rust does corrupt and where thieves break through and steal. But verse 20 says, but lay up yourself treasures in heaven where neither moth nor rust does corrupt and where thieves do not break through nor steal. So if I give you this precept right here, as somebody that's from Africa, that's living in Africa, that literally watched these niggas invade and do all of this, they gave you the opposite to follow. Like, yeah, don't listen. Don't worry about the riches and stuff on this land. Niggas is gonna come steal it. Okay? But if you put your trust in heavens, into the skies with the Lord, with what's up there can be stolen. So people will sit back and say, yeah, go ahead, take it. Whatever, take it. As long as, but listen, as long as Jesus know what I'm going to do, my kingdom is going to come. You got melanated people that's literally out here glorifying being enslaved. Like, yeah, man, we was enslaved. That's just because we the chosen seed. You know, the Most High put us in these circumstances. So we coming back to the fold. Meanwhile, you came back to the fold. You've been in the fold for 10 plus 15 years. And yet here you are, still the tail and not the head. When the word itself, this is how you know that this is man's writings and it's not of God, right? The Bible tells you that anything that he says shall not come back void. That's what the Bible says. But in Deuteronomy, it says, if you was to keep my commandments and hearken and do everything that I tell you to do this day, then you shall be the head and not the tail. So all you niggas that's been doing everything good till this day, you still the tail and not the head. You still not even getting no leeway. You still not even getting no breath of fresh air. You still slaving at your job. You still working 2, 3 jobs just to get by, just to get by. You still doing these things. Oh, so wait. So all of that get a sponge and put to the side because now here's God bringing forth his only begotten son to die for you lying, cheating, deceiving sinners in modern day time. He sent his son to die for no ass reason because that's basically what you're telling me. That's basically what you are telling me. So please make me understand what's going on. Oh, don't worry. I'll tell you what's going on. These people came, invaded your space. detach you from your soul, the soul that's connected to the solar universe, the connecting back to the soil. They detach you from that, gave you an ideology that came with with a pamphlet called the spirit. They, through this spirit, you became under their control. Through their control, they literally got every single melanated person more focused on European ideology than they know anything African. That's including me. I know more about African ideology than I do. I mean, I know more about European Christian, Hebrew, minus the Islam ideology than I do my very own. That's a problem. But that is also intentional. Yes, it is also intentional. So if you know these things are intentional, you know that these religions was forced upon us. You see that everybody's taking advantage of us. What is the steps? Like I tell you on every lie, step number one, accountability, honesty. Number two, understanding that religion is the tool that's being used to destroy the youth, to destroy you, me, everybody. Religion is the reason why Mundem is in a Tao style state. Religion is the reason why Africa is in the Tao style state. Religion is the reason why these people are in the position that they're in and we are stuck at the bottom. You guys don't understand what's going on. You guys are not paying attention to what's going on. You're not paying attention to your surroundings. You're not looking at your inner conditions. You're not saying to yourself, well, damn, I've been following Jesus. I've been believing everything. I did everything according to the books. And I'm speaking for those that do everything according to the book. Yet they still suffering. Yet they still not healing. Yet mothers are still dying from cancer. All of these sicknesses and diseases is still taking hold upon you guys. And why is that? The reason why is because you have yet to realize that it's religion the reason to our suffering. And like I said in the previous video that I had to delete because more strangely I just got kicked off the internet. And while I got kicked off, I'm watching my computer says restore your internet has been restored. I'm watching it tell me that. So that's to let you know that the things that I'm saying, whether you believe it or not, is the facts, bro. Because I am saying the facts on these people's platforms. It's the facts, bro. This is no longer up for debate. This is called reality, logical common sense. This is just what that is. So, like I was saying before, I was rudely turned off by the internet. Hopefully, after I say this, I will not get turned off again. The two countries that are suffering the most in Africa right now is the Congo and um uh 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 what's that place called? Sudan, right? Now, the reason why these two places are suffering the most because these are the two countries that openly, freely converted the entire nation to this ideology. Okay? King Alfonso's father was the one that made it a decree that every single person in the Congo convert to Christianity. King Alfonso, after his father died, came into the understanding that you submerge European ideology with African cosmology. This is where you get Modimo. It means the Lord is really Modimo that the people is speaking about. Complete madness, bro. Madness is highest order. That's where that comes from. And when you look into Ethiopia, aka Sudan, the reason why that area of Sudan is suffering because that's where the conversion took place. That's where the shipwrecked. And the Sumerian man, I forgot his name. He was another Abba. You got Abba Gurmia, and he was another Abba. I can't remember off the top of my head. This man right here, that man is the one that converted, that made eczema, King Eczema at the time, convert into Christianity. And then King Eczema made it a decree for the entire country to convert to Christianity. Now, you fast forward to 2026. Those two areas I just mentioned are the areas that's suffering the most. Look at the Ghana is prospering, South Africa is prospering, West of Africa is prospering, but these two areas are the ones that's suffering in real time, and they're the ones that possess all the minerals, but yet they're suffering in real time. It's because they committed treason against the land. They committed treason against their ancestors. They committed treason against the universe. They created treason. They committed treason. And because of that, they had to get spanked. BTA. And somebody's going to say, well, that was so long ago. Why is people still suffering now? Because they ain't apologize. Some of these people are still going into their little huts at night, praying to Allah and Jesus right now. That's the reason why we're suffering in 2026. Look at the neighborhoods. Go to any ghetto establishment in America. The most corrupt areas where you see the most crime and violence is the area with the most churches and funeral homes. The areas where there's the most violence has more churches and funeral homes in that area. You don't find that suspicious. Let me see if I got that for you.
You don't find that suspicious. You don't find that suspicious. You don't find that suspicious.
You don't find that suspicious. You don't find this strange that, the areas where, like I'm from Church Avenue, bro. Like the neighborhood that I grew up in was called Church Avenue, bro. And my area is filled with violence. Churches in every corner, but yet the most violence you could imagine. More single parents in areas where the churches is there. More children is being raised without a father, but they've been given a spiritual father, tells you to follow this father in heaven. But when you really need him, this father that's in heaven never showed up. Huh? So when you ask me why are we suffering, the reason why we suffering because we won't let go of the religion. You guys will come on my lives, whether it's early in the AM or what we hear right now. You guys will come on my live and give me 50 million excuses into that. I'm talking crazy. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm this. I'm that. I had somebody call me a Billy Clarkson. I don't even know what that means. I was like, you think I'm really following this man Billy when this man Billy is just upholding the European lies? The nigga really believes that he found the area where Jesus was dwelling when they moved, when they ran into Egypt. This was his crib. Yo, bro, I can't make this shit up. You think I'm following that? I go against everything that this establishment has been throwing at us. I go against their food stamps. I go against public assistance. I go against all of that. Why? Because it causes division amongst each other. It makes you focus on the shit that really doesn't matter. Ask yourself this question. You arguing with me, you're debating me, you're proving me wrong. What is that going to do for you? Is it going to gain you freedom? Oh, it's just going to feed your dopamine. So you're just going to get a temporary high and then you're going to go right back to kumbaya. This is what people don't understand is what is there to gain out of this? So when somebody calls me Billy, I'm like, me out of all people? Somebody the other time said I was an agent. Me out of all people? Me? You must not know me personally. I'm the most rebellious person you could ever meet. Like what? Yeah, we ain't doing that. Like that's me. That's literally been my MO. My children is like that. I can't get mad on the behaviors that my children got. But they're giving you all this nonsense. Even the Quran gives you this foolish ideology, guys. Let's read Proverbs. Let's read Proverbs 3 and 12. Look, it says, "For whom the Lord loveth, he correcteth, even as a father the son in whom he delighted. Happy is the man that finds wisdom, and that man that's getting understanding." See, I'm beyond happy. I got wisdom. Not only do I have wisdom, I'm always in pursuit of more because it brings joy to me knowing that you figure out what's the cause of our circumstances. It brings joy to me. The hate and I mean the hurt and frustration comes when you bring forth the facts to people and they're still justify the fugazi. Nobody is able to break down this Bible. Nobody would never be able to do absolutely nothing because this shit has nothing to do with us. The Quran too. Both Abrahamic religions have verses in there to keep you in a state of docile, keep you in a state of obedience, submission at its highest order. Both of them tell you the same story. Oh, when judgment come, you all those that did this, all those that don't follow Islam, all those you guys will perish. Christianity says the same thing. Judaism says the same thing. What you guys don't realize, they all come from the same source. This is a Abrahamic, Luciferian, demonic hatred book, bro. This is these books and these religions literally justifies genocide upon melanated people. And while we here, I want to answer this. There was this brother talking spicy. I want to answer him. Check this out. Check this out. My bad. So let me answer that. Hold on. No, let's not say something and just shy away. Obviously, God answered the Europeans because that God that was given unto us is for the Europeans. So you can go anywhere around it. You can say it's Christianity. You can say it's Judaism. You can say whatever you want. At the end of the day, that is their religion. They created it. That's their story. That's their narrative. That's their perspective. That's their viewpoint. That's their story. It has nothing to do with you, brother man, unless you carry the DNA of a European. Let us continue. It's the same. All of it has been the same. It's just been upgraded. It's been upgraded to fit with modern day time. That's just what it is. It is all the same. They gave you Hebrew Israelites. They gave you different demographics of religion. You got 7 day advances. You got the moral. You got the Mormons. You got the Baptists. You got the Catholic. You got the Protestants. Then you got the Hebrew Israelites, which also has their own sections and fractions. That's what changes. Let us continue. Christ was also not known to be a black man as well. You can't you can't show us any evidence that this man was a melanated man. Everything is based on pictures that these niggas give to you, a name Yahshua that they told you. You can't trace nothing back. You can't. You know when something is yours, right? You know when something is yours, right? Bill Gates would not know what was mine, right? Bill Gates would not know what my family did. But if Bill Gates is the one that gave it to me, then who does it belong to? If he gave it to me and he said, "Yeah, what I'm giving you, the person is black," and then his friend that says it says the same thing, and then his homie says the same thing, and all of these people are the complexion of the interjection of people that came and violated. You telling me you're gonna still take the word as it being factual? Come on, man. Let's stop. Because the Bible is not the book of melanated people. That has nothing, people stepping away from the Bible has nothing to do with the so called lies of the Bible. The reason why people are stepping away from the Bible, from religion, is because we are living in the year and the time of information. People is getting the real information that you can only retrieve if you went to the Oxford Museum / library. You can only retrieve if you went to the home of Congress where they keep all the archives of every articulate in item that they found over the years. That has nothing to do. The book has, people are realizing this book has nothing to do with me. My man's, the book justifies genocide. Oh, my bad. The genocide wasn't against your people, right? Because the Bible told you that you must be divided. Like the book really tells you that. I have not come before the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Jacob have our love, Esau has our hate. What's the next one? What's the next one? There's always another precept that promotes division. I have chosen you above all other nations on this earth. That's all this book teaches. Let's continue. Your slavery is not biblical history because there was a lot of Europeans that was enslaved. What you think the Vikings was doing? Huh? There was a lot of Europeans that were enslaved. For example, the Irish people. Yes, they was being enslaved. This is before slavery of the melanated man. These things have been going on for years. And when the book tells you that it will send you back into Egypt again, Egypt don't mean bondage, bro. Whoever told you that bullshit, stop. What you was being told is you're being put back under Egyptian foundation. America is Egyptian foundation. Freemasonry, Egypt. Jesus, when he was born, he went into Egypt. And when he was 7 years old, after the seventh year, seven means completion. Completion. He completed the task. You understand what I'm saying to you guys? That's all these stories is. It's a Masonic coded book, bro. Where's the Bible? Where's my Bible? I'll probably put it back. Yeah, I put it back. It's a coded text, bro. It's a coded text. Deuteronomy happened to everybody. Slavery means you going back into Egyptian rule. That's what going back into Egypt again means. You're going back to Egyptian rule. People in West Africa was not following Egyptian rule. Stop. There's no traces of Hebrew in West Africa. Stop. That's where you was found. Stop. You guys came into the shores of America not knowing a jot of Hebrew. Stop. King James wasn't a black man. Stop. His mother funded the mother effing ships. The ship of Jesus of Lebec. Stop. Stop. The Ethiopian Bible did not take place in Africa. Stop. The man that wrote the Ethiopian Bible was a Byzantine king. Stop. He was married. He was related to He was related to Constantine through marriage. Stop. The entire book is a reference to the 13 families. That's why Christ and his 12 disciples equals 13. 3 times 1 equals 3. He was risen on the third day. He was 33 years old when he transitioned. He was called the Grand Master, 33-degree master. Stop. Paul is the father of all popes. Stop. You see, Paul's teachings is different from the teachings of Jesus, right? Two different teachings. You see, the Pope on this earth are not subject to the rules and regulations of what Jesus was doing. Stop. Stop. And blacks, and let's stop with the nonsense, bro. Oh my jeez. Yo, black people was giving away the wicked people in their land. You got the way that they selling this story, they're making it seem like, yo, black people were just taking mothers, daughters, and sons and fathers and just tying them up and selling them. That's not what was going on. Stop. They were selling prisoners. They was selling, and they was not selling. They was trading. They was like, yo, These Europeans came around, these Spaniards, because you guys don't understand. Slavery started with the Spaniards. Remember, the Spaniards is where majority of these Arab niggas come from. Morocco and all these areas. They came from there, straight out of Europe. They migrated there. They learned the philosophies. Okay? You don't know what you're talking about. Please stop. I lost my train of thought. It's just I'm just beyond pissed off. They're breaking bread with they breaking bread with the with the Portuguese. The Portuguese was like, why is he chained up? He was like, oh yeah, he a prisoner. Oh, we would love to have him. You want this guy? Yes, we would want to have him. Sold. You seen the movie Gladiator? You seen these movies? These niggas was getting rid of the wicked people. Yo, I give you 100 shekels for this. For this nigga? Give me two and I give you him and his best friend. And just like every other European, they said, damn, so we only got 10, 15, 20. Look what they doing. Can you imagine what would happen if we just took everything? Yeah, it would sound good, but you got to remember they're calling on gods that's beyond powerful. No problem. And they were secretly coming, secretly converting, secretly making brothers and sisters question their very existence and the ancestral information that was passed down to generation. They was questioning that. All it takes is for the ancestors and the creators to see you switch sides one time, and it's a DUB for you. That's why Haiti, that's why Africa is suffering. Miss me with the nonsense. Not only did he institute that, but he was also close with King James and the royal family. Oh, for those that didn't know, King James, you know, the one that you guys are claiming to be black, he was also a Freemason. He was a Freemason through the Scottish Rite. His entire family, his moms, and everybody is part of the Scottish Rite. Oh, newsflash, the Scottish Rite is only for Europeans. That's strange. How does a black man get a part of an organization that is strictly for Europeans? That's where, remember, that's why the Bole was created, because there was no access to European melanated people. They was never allowed to participate in their Freemasonry. They thought that you was unworthy. But they took a liking to the what's his name, Frank Cherry. But I know I'm speaking too far in advance, but King James, yeah, he was part of the Scottish Rite, European, nothing to do with melanated people. Stop and stop. But it's in the Bible right here, the 1611. He tells you he was a Hebrew Israelite. Of course, he's a European. That is their ideology. That is who they created to be them. Okay? Israel was created by them. Isis, Ra, and El. They know this. It's just not you. You're the only one that want to be hard-headed and be in a state of disbelief. They created that. Isis, Ra, and El. Where does these three deities go back to? Oh, it goes back to Egypt. Oh, that means everything that you guys are reading is literally a plagiarized version of Egyptian texts. That's why the story of Jesus goes side by side with the story of Horus. Stop. Stop. You guys don't know what you are worshiping. You guys don't know what you're giving yourself away. So Lucifer can use you. I give myself away. Stop. Stop. Turn that music off. It's messing with your psyche, even though it's a good song. But stop. But but hold on. But hold on. You see, this is the contradiction that comes with these guys, right? So you're saying that the book was, this man, the Pope, with the Papa Bull bullshit, institute slavery. But you are the same ones that said we was enslaved for our disobedience for not keeping the commandments. So which one is it, sir? Which one is it, sir? Sounds like a lot of contradiction going on here, huh? So was it ordained for us to be enslaved, or did the man come with this ideology and justify your enslavement based on what the religious text said? Which one is it? So nobody's gonna go into captivity. The book of Revelations is not even an authentic writing, bro. The book of Revelations was taken out 3 to 4, 5 times. Matter of fact, let me pull this up on Chat GPT so you guys can see this. No, look, it says the book of Revelations. Look, it says the book of Revelations was not removed multiple times from a finalized Bible. It was debated, questioned, accepted in some regions, rejected in others, and slowly gained universal acceptance over several centuries. Okay? So if it see, this is how you catch Chat GBT and their fugazi. As a matter of fact, let me copy this. Let me go ask. Let me go ask perplexity. So it says, so what actually happened, it says, early on the second and third centuries, some churches loved Revelations and used it as scripture, while others were suspicious of it because of the symbolism, the or the authorship question, and used by fringe groups. The council of Laodicea around 3063 produced a list of New Testament books that omitted Revelation, showed that in the region it was not yet accepted as canonical. Okay? So the book of Revelations has no validity in anything. It's literally being put in place so it can go against the time of whoever is ruling. Okay? The book of Revelations does not show you anything about AI technology. It doesn't tell you that in the end times, yo, we're going to be walking among cyborgs and, AI technology is going to be taking control of the masses. None of these things has occurred, bro. Okay? Okay. It says other church councils soon after, like the Synod of the Hippo 393 and the Council of the Carthage 397 1419, included revelations in their official list, helping fix it into the Western canon. Okay. Hold on, let me read this. Come on, man. These books was removed. How you gonna justify something that was removed numerous of times? How you gonna support something that has absolutely nothing connected to us whatsoever? You can't prove nothing that's coming out of this story, bro. You can't prove it. The only thing that you're proving and you're standing on is just your belief. A lot of you guys don't want to let go of the belief. You guys really move like you know what I'm saying? Like you guys really move like you're one of these disciples. Oh, we didn't even finish. My bad, guys. Which is you, black man. Which is you, black man. He said all unbelievers. Christianity is a fraction of Judaism, bro. So if you're following Judaism, then it should be easy for you to accept. Listen to the contradiction. It will be easy for you guys to accept Jesus, especially if you know Jesus is real. It'll be easy for you to accept that. But you're making excuses because you don't want people. You matter of fact, let me take that back. You want people to believe the story so they can come back to another mental, spiritual captivity where they're gonna be chained for another 1,000 years. You're giving contradictional responses, bro. Well, let me answer that again. It'd be referring to them. There's nothing outside of that book that goes against them. Remember, these people was warring with each other from the gate. Before melanated people came on the scene, they was warring with each other. So when you're saying who was they talking about, it wasn't for you. It wasn't for you. Like I said, the book of Revelations does not hold any credibility. It does not. When did John get the opportunity to write all of this? Because the last time I checked, he was in the island of Patmos. So what paper and book was he used to write all of this down? Huh? What? You see, this is the foolish ideology. This is the foolish ideology that I be talking about. This is what religion do. Create confusion and excuses. Take away logic, throws away contradiction. The man literally contradicted himself at least 5 times. But if Christianity was forced upon us and slavery was forced upon us, then how are we praying to the same God? That's the question I should be asking you. Because the same way you call on Yahushua, they believe in Yahushua too. The same way you call on Jesus, they're going to be those that call on Jesus too. The same way you call on Yahweh, you're going to find those that call on Yahweh too. So, what separates the two? Absolutely nothing. Because it's all about control. You go ahead and listen to this. You go ahead and listen to the slave Bible. They took this out. Them niggas ain't do shit. That's what they display for you guys so you guys can stay glued into the book, bro. Remember, America is the country of pure marketing. Nobody markets better than the United States. And if I want to keep these niggers under my control, I must enhance the tools that was used to control them in the first place. That's what you guys are receiving. You guys are receiving enhanced teachings because they know what they're up against. They know that they're up against the Aquarius. Guess what, guys? I am a Aquarius. My birthday was Thursday. I am as Aquarius as it comes. I am as Aquarius as it comes. And you see all this knowledge. From the very time I was young, you could not break me with the Fugazi, bro. It was impossible. Now we are here right now in real time, still trying to figure out how we're gonna get ourselves together. Everybody comes on the live and say, "Yeah, June. So I hear you, bro. So what are we gonna do to fix the problem?" The only way to fix the problem, bro, you gotta fix self. You gotta detox self. You gotta understand that you are a El Kebulan kidnap. You are a child of the kidnaps. You are the child of the colonized. It's either you were AC or an AK. A El Kebulan colonized or a El Kebulan kidnapped. If you want to be an American colonized, AC, you could be that too. Whatever you want to be, bro. But the moral of the story is the ideologies, this belief system that they got us on, does not come from us. Please stop associating the bullshit with us. We are different. It is time for us melanated people to start learning some African shit. Go pray to Ogun. Go call on O'Shea. Go do some nigga stuff. Put down the European ideology. See where it takes you. I Show Speed showed us how great Africa is if we just stay connected to what we do and not associated with the bullshit that they do. And I'm gonna leave it as that, guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Like, comment, share, subscribe, join the movement. Um, you said you really need to pray. I don't need to pray, bro. I don't need nothing pertaining to the ideology, my brother. I'm good. We good. All melanated people all over the world. We good. Y'all can keep that Jesus story to yourselves. Y'all can keep it in Europe. You can keep it in Russia. You can keep it anywhere you want it to be. Just get it off our land. Just get it out of our community. Just get it away from our people. And let's see how far and how prosperous we will be. Let's see who will be dominant in the world. Let's see if Africa will not be the superpower of the entire universe. Because once upon a time, it was. Once upon a time, it was. Russia, cold, dirt field, all through Europe, dirt field. That is no disrespect, but we already know the history, the hygiene help. We already know your history. We already know it. And we don't want it no more. God. F your Bible. F your Quran. F your religion. F it. F it all. Throw it all in the fire. F it. We don't need it. We never did. How about them sour grapes? We never needed it. But you knew that this had to be forced upon us in order for you to be in the position that you guys are in right now. And for all those that's waiting for this so-called second kingdom to arrive, listen, niggas, you gotta be beyond super stupid if you really believe that something is about to come to the sky and redeem you. Yeah. And with that being said, it's your brother man from the motherland. Came to you guys live. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hype this video, like this video. Even if you gotta price this video, do that. You're supported. We outside. We're about to get some interviews done. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna interview a few people. It's gonna be phenomenal. It's gonna be phenomenal. We're gonna awaken the minds of the AKs and the ACs worldwide. And this is facts over the beliefs. Are you dumb? Or are you dumb? And I'm going to holler at y'all.